The next step is the ball links, and you build up 4 ball links to hook your servos up, and they get these short threaded rods, and you have to cut your ball links a little bit shorter for these. And if you take a look, there's an A on these ball links, and if you cut these right at the tip of the A, you'll get them about the right length. Just cut 8 of them. Okay, cut it right at the tip of the A. I like to use an electric drill to thread this stuff in. So get it centered in your drill chuck, and you can just thread it into the rod ends. And these all have a big side and a little side, so these will need to match. So make sure you match up the A so the A's point towards one another. That's the little side. And then on that A side, you want to shoot for 14.5. A little bit short. So you end up needing 8 short ones and 6 long ones, but the packing instructions are wrong for this kit. I'll try to get that fixed. So just take 2 of the long ones and cut about 1 millimeter off of each side and turn that into 2 more short ones. Short ones, 36.5 millimeters. I'll just run get these all started, then I'll use the drill to get them on the rest of the way. I was looking at those shorter links. I cut that right at the very tip of the A. I probably should have cut it about half a millimeter past the tip of the A. That would have given me a little bit more thread engagement. like I said, about a 1/10 inch of exposed thread to get you about right. Okay, so these are the 8, which are the 35.5. That's get the A ends the same way. Measure on the A side, and we're about 2 turns too short. Get the A side. This one's 2 turns too short. That one's right on. Two turns. Okay, and we'll build up to 6 that are 36.5. Okay, so I'll screw these in. About a 1/10 of an inch of exposed thread. So these are 36.5 millimeters. So get the A ends lined up. I measure on the A side. That's 1 or 2 short. Too short. Looks too short, too long. 2 turns. Usually get 1 or 2 of them that way. Okay, so those are all those links. Now the servo links run from the servo arm. The big end is away from the A, so they run from the servo arm up to the double arm, and when you hook it up, make sure this single arm on the other side is pointing out away from the center, and the servo in front hooks to the double arm in the back, so the front servo ends up running the back of the swash plate. You want to make sure you get that right. Make sure the single arm is pointing out, and take this one across to this arm. And then the 8 links run the swash plate, and you can just snap them on, keeping the A away from the center. These take just a little bit of a turn. Now, depending on how well they machine those flats on these torque shafts that run across the nacelle, will make a determination how this last link lines up. But if it doesn't line up, you're going to have to make an adjustment to it. This one looks to be off a couple turns. Sometimes I like to look at it and see if I can't figure out what's low or high. That one I just adjusted 2 turns. I'm going to go ahead and adjust this one down a turn. But you want this, when you snap these links on, you don't want any take it up a turn. You don't want any preload in this system. Okay, so the rotor head's going to freewheel towards the front, towards the wing, or towards the spindle, and the balls are on the leading edge of the blades, so you can snap the pitch links on. They're the shorter ones, the 6. I mean, they're the longer ones, 6. I have to give them a little bit of a turn. Just turn them all the same way to get them to line up. So those are your links. I'll do the other side real quick. Just make sure that you can wiggle each one of these links with your fingers. If you can't, you need to work on loosening them up, and the easiest way to do that is just squeeze the link a little bit with a pair of pliers and it'll loosen up, but you should be able to wiggle it with your fingers.